we start breathing from the moment we're born, and um, when you try to do it and like really focus on doing it and doing something else in the moment, yeah, it's really hard. It's amazing. I never thought how much, I never realized how much our breathing can control or influence our archery shot.
Yeah, we used to do that in with rifle. When I was on a rifle team, you would time it between your breaths. You would have to breathe
Mhm.
in and breathe out. And basically, the kind of technique we'd use is we'd breathe in, breathe out, open our eyes with our eyes closed, and open our eyes. And if we're not on target, we need to adjust our body until we are.
Right, right.
And you can use that same process, with your eyes closed, go through your whole process, get it there. Okay, I'm on target, open your eyes. I'm not on target, so I need to adjust my body until it is. Now
Hmm.
then, I know how to stand. And then a lot of the rifle hunters that shoot the high end, even they're even going between heartbeats,
Yes. Yeah, I know.
because
Imagine
as your
that.
heart beats, your body will change. So if one time it's when it hits, it's basically on the power stroke, you've expanded and then you relax, expand and relax, then you can
Yeah.
feel your heart rate. If you're down there and completely tuned into what your body's doing, you can feel your heart rate pound, not pounding, but I mean, you can feel it beating. And, last times I could actually hear it in my ears.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah,
Like
that's
when you're in
true.
the
Yeah.
forest and it's all quiet and no sound, it's like I'm hearing my heartbeat,
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
you're listening so intensely for any animal movement, because just a little leaf. And then the cool part is a leaf start falling and you can hear the leaf going through the air. So how
Yeah.
many have heard a leaf falling in the air? You don't ever think about it. But if
Yeah.
that forest
Yeah.
is really quiet, you're tuned into all that stuff. And
Yeah.
you can do that as a bow hunter. And like you said, when you want to step that next level, now you have to start worrying about your breathing
Hmm.
and your form, how to actually do it. When I have a little sling that I use when I was hunting, I just use it all the time, holds the lower limb. And I go through the process, I open my hand up and then let it relax around it and tip it down. And that's always fits in my hand exactly the same every time. And
Right.
then
Yeah.
I don't hang on to the bow. I don't put my fingers. You see some put the fingers out, which if you can see the difference, put your hand, right behind your thumb, and that part of the bow is supposed to go between the
Yeah. On
finger,
your lifeline
between
there.
the
Yeah.
index and finger, right in the lifeline. So put it up there in the pad between your thumb and finger, and do different things with your hand. And no matter where you're at, there's going to be a point you're putting tension on it. Can you consistently put that tension? Just change
Yeah.
your